Today, I want to tell you about a shocking link that's been found between talc and mesothelioma. For decades, millions of people have used baby powder and body powder every day, or had talc applied when they went to the barber, or used powders made by trusted cosmetic brands. They never suspected that the soft, comforting powder could be contaminated with asbestos. But in the past few years, juries have awarded billions of dollars to victims who developed mesothelioma from talc-based products. It's not theory anymore. Jury after jury has heard the details and agreed that it happened. I'm Terry Oppenheimer. I've been writing about mesothelioma and asbestos for the website mesothelioma.net for over a decade. And I have to tell you, what I'm about to explain is really upsetting. It means that more people are at risk of mesothelioma and other asbestos-related diseases than we ever realized. Let's start with the science. Talc is a naturally occurring mineral that's mined from the earth, just like gold or silver or copper. It's incredibly soft, and it's perfect for absorbing moisture and creating that silky feeling you get when you use powders. That's why, for over a century, it's been used in baby powder, body powder, cosmetics, and many other everyday consumer products. But here's the problem. Talc deposits are often located right next to or mixed in with asbestos. The minerals have similar geological conditions that makes them form, so they're frequently found in the same mines. When companies mine talc, asbestos fibers can get mixed in. And if the talc isn't carefully processed and tested, those fibers end up in the final product you buy in drugstores, grocery stores, and department stores. Here's the critical part that's been explained over and over again in courts across America and in Europe too. Johnson & Johnson and other companies that manufactured and sold these talc-containing products, they knew about this. Internal documents have been discovered that show they were aware as early as the 1970s that some talc products tested positive for asbestos. They knew the risks. They had scientists warning them, and they kept selling the products without warning us. I'd like to just take a moment before I go on. I want to remind everybody, if you're finding this information helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps us get our videos seen by as many people as possible. And if there's a topic you'd like to see covered or a question you'd like answered in a future video, let me know in the comments section below. Also, make sure to watch until the end of this video, where I'll tell you exactly how to access help and resources if you or someone you love has been diagnosed with mesothelioma. Every company has a responsibility called a duty of care. In the case of these companies, they needed to test and warn people about the dangers. The companies that sold talc-based products failed on every count. The link between talc and mesothelioma is shocking because it was so preventable. Companies knew the danger, they kept it from the public, and they exposed hundreds of millions of consumers who trusted their products to the risk of deadly diseases. In 2019, the FDA tested Johnson & Johnson's baby powder and found asbestos contamination. This wasn't activists making claims. This was the federal government confirming what plaintiffs' attorneys have been saying for years. Now, the amounts in any given bottle may have been small, but there's no safe level of asbestos exposure. And think about how people use these products. Daily application after every bath or shower for years or decades, parents dusting baby with it after every diaper change. Women used it for feminine hygiene. All of those things are repeated exposure day after day and year after year, often in small bathrooms or nurseries that don't have great ventilation. The victims who've been identified so far have heartbreaking stories. Many are women who used these products their entire lives. It was marketed to them as needed for feminine hygiene, or to their parents as pure, gentle, and safe for babies, and many went on to use it on their own children. Some who've sought legal help have been in their 30s or 40s, far younger than the mesothelioma victims whose asbestos exposure happened on the job. Let me tell you about some recent verdicts that have been handed down. This past December, a Baltimore jury awarded $1.5 billion to a 54-year-old mother of 5 who used baby powder daily until she was diagnosed with peritoneal mesothelioma in January of 2024. It took the jury just one day to decide that Johnson & Johnson had been negligent. A week before that was handed down, a Minnesota jury awarded $65.5 million to a 37-year-old mother of 3 who was diagnosed with pleural mesothelioma. Her family had used baby powder on her throughout her childhood. And in October, just a few months earlier, a Florida jury awarded $20 million to the family of a respected physician who'd used baby powder after every shower throughout his life. He died of mesothelioma at 79, and the jury decided that the only exposure to asbestos he'd had came from talc products. These are just a few examples from recent months. There are over 67,000 mesothelioma and ovarian cancer claims pending against Johnson & Johnson in the United States, plus 3,000 in the United Kingdom, and many more against other companies that have been linked to talc. Talc-related mesothelioma is unique. Victims' exposure comes from consumer products rather than their workplace, and often have no other asbestos exposure at all. They haven't worked in construction, they have no military service or industrial exposure. Peritoneal mesothelioma is more common in talc cases, likely because the powder companies encouraged women to apply it to their genital areas. If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or ovarian cancer and you used talc-based products regularly, you need to speak with an attorney who specializes in talc litigation. These cases are complex. They require attorneys who understand the specific science, are familiar with the product testing and internal company documents involved, and have established litigation strategies that have already been successful. Visit mesothelioma.net and fill out our form for a free information packet that will help. Or call 1-800-692-8608 to speak directly to a patient advocate who can connect you with attorneys who specialize in talc litigation. You can also use the live chat feature that's on the website. As for me, remember to post any questions you have below, and I'll see you next time.